right, we are going to be working with the page that we skipped over yesterday in our ratio and rates packet. So you're going to open up to the one that says Unit Rate Tasks Worksheet. Attached to this assignment on Google Classroom, excuse me, is a Google Slides that you're going to have to look at while you complete these problems, because you'll notice that you have the labels here, but you don't have any numbers attached to them. So this assignment doesn't really make sense without the Google Slides. So I have it posted up here also in the video, and I'm going to do the first couple problems with you, and then you're going to finish the problems on the slide on your own. Okay, so you will see that the double number lines are already set up halfway for you, and you just have to fill in the rest of them here. So I'm going to present this just so you can see it. And we're going to go into the first problem. So hippos eat pumpkins. Hippos sometimes get to eat pumpkins as a special treat. If 3 hippos eat 5 pumpkins, how many pumpkins per hippo is that? Okay, so on our double number lines, we'll have to put in our 4 notches in the word per, and then also our 2 labels. Our 2 labels are going to be hippos and pumpkins. Okay. All right, so hippos and pumpkins. We know that we're trying to find how many pumpkins per hippo, which means 1. 1 hippo, how many pumpkins? So our question mark's actually going to go across from our 1, and our 1's actually going to be on this side this time. Yesterday, you were probably thinking that the question mark is always in this spot, and that's going to get boring. It's going to be in this spot this time. So now we know we have 3 hippos, and they eat 5 pumpkins. So now we're actually going to start on this side. I know eventually I'll have to go this way to solve, so let's go the same way on this side. My missing piece between 3 and 1 is divide by 3. What I do on one side, I have to do on the other. Divide by 3. You are able to use a calculator for this assignment. When you type it into your calculator, you do 5, and then hit the divided by button, and then the button 3, and then hit enter or equal and get your answer. Your answer will be 1.66666 repeating, and then there'll be a 7 at the very end of the screen. We're just going to round it to 2 decimal places, or the hundredths place after your decimal point. So we'll just end up doing 1.67, which is what we get when we round it. Okay, so 1.67, and then our labels are pumpkins per hippo. Box it, and we're good to go. The next slide, jelly sandwich. Lindy made 24 jelly bread sandwiches with a 16-ounce jar of jelly. How many ounces of jelly per sandwich is that? So again, we'll have to set up the rest of our double number line. Put your 4 notches, the word per. And now, jelly and sandwich are not necessarily our labels for this. We're trying to find ounces and then sandwiches. So those are going to be our 2 labels. Okay. All right, so what are we trying to find 1 of? What's our unit rate per sandwich? So 1 is going to go on this side. Our question mark is, because we're trying to find the unit rate, is going to go across from there. And now sandwiches, the number that's attached to sandwiches later or earlier on in the problem is 24. And we have 16 ounces that we're working with here of jelly. Okay, so now 24 divided by 1, or 24 divided by 24 gives me 1. That's my missing piece. What I do on one side, I have to do on the other. Divide by 24. Okay? Now, you're probably realizing that when you type this into your calculator, you're typing in a smaller number first, and then the divided by, and then 24, which is kind of silly. However, this is going to be a number that's less than 1. So you do have to type 16 in first, and then divided by, and then 24. And let me pull up my calculator here, and let's figure out what our answer is. So we have 16 divided by 24, 0.666 repeating, 7. We know what that looks like here with our last problem. So let's round that to 0.67 is our answer. And then we have ounces per sandwich. I see a lot of kids when they do a problem like this and they have the bigger number as their missing piece compared to the spot or the number that they're working with on the double number line, they will switch these around and do 24 divided by 16 because that makes more sense to them, because you're so used to dividing the bigger number by the smaller number. But just be careful. Make sure you do it in the order that you see here. Okay, I'm going to do one more problem with you, and then you're going to do the last 3 problems on your own. Toilet paper. We have Purslane bought 350 rolls of toilet paper for the whole year, 12 months. How many rolls of toilet paper per month is that? That picture is probably kind of condescending in this day and age, right? With all of our toilet paper shortage that we were used to. Okay, so 4 notches, and then we have the word per, and our 2 labels are rolls per month. So this should kind of make sense with the problem. Rolls per month is what we're looking for. But we're trying to find one of this, and because we're trying to find that, our question mark is going to go across from that. And then we have 12 months that we're working with and 350 rolls to use in the 12 months. Okay? Now, I know I have to go this way eventually, so let's go this way on this side. 12 divided by what gives me 1 divided by 12. What I do on one side, I have to do on the other. 350 divided by 12, type it into your calculator, and you'll get an odd number again. 29.17 rolls per month would be our answer for that. Okay, there is a back side to this sheet. You have 3 more problems, 2 more that I'm giving you, and then you get to create your own funny, silly one as well. Just make sure it's school appropriate. When you're done with this, either turn it into the basket if you're in person, or turn it into the basket on your next in-person math class day. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.